Welcome! In this series, we're taking you with us on my very first overnight backpacking adventure. I'll share why we chose our trail, how we got there from Oklahoma, what we packed, and what it was really like. This isn't a guide from an experienced backpacker. It's from the perspective of someone doing it for the very first time. Of course, you'll see some incredible scenery along the way, but you'll also see the mistakes, challenges, and the reality of backpacking, not just the highlight reel. Let's start with our gear and what it took to prepare for this adventure. My husband has been on a few gnarly hikes, including a 65-mile solo hike last summer through Colorado, so he packed my gear. This is the contents of our packs. He did carry our tent and the bulk of our food. Here's a list of what I brought as far as food. I chose to go with turkey, pepperoni, Cheez-Its, and granola during the day, and then ramen at night because it was easy, tasty, and light. Next, we settled on the White Pass Pilot Ridge Loop in the Glacier Peak Wilderness Snoqualmie Forest. How do we choose this trail? Well, I'm in pretty good shape. I've done a couple of day hikes, but never an overnight. I did want it to be challenging, but not impossible. But most importantly, I wanted to have good weather, not super high altitude. After many Google searches and trail guides, we chose White Pass and Pilot Ridge in Washington State. It shows as a 29-mile hike, but we tracked 34 miles with about 9,000 feet of elevation gain over 2.5 days. We flew from Oklahoma City to Seattle nonstop on Alaska Airlines. We did first class and it was about $400 round trip. We borrowed a truck from a friend so we could fit the gear for 4 people. We did price a rental. It was about $450 from budget rental car. As far as we could find, there are no public transportation or shuttle options. It did take us about 2.5 hours from the Seattle airport to get to the North Fork Sauk trailhead. Okay, so it's about 12:30 on Friday. We just woke up at 4 in the morning, hit the plane, got into Seattle, drove 3 hours here, and now we're at the North Fork Sauk trailhead. We just parked. We're getting all our gear around. We're a little ahead of schedule. So this will be my first overnight backpacking hike. The other 3 people that I'm with, which is my husband, my sister, and her husband, have all been overnight. So I'm going to capture, hopefully, a really good hike. But just in case, here's my projections. It's going to suck. We're going to have to cross a river at some point, and I'll probably fall in it. So I'm going to give it, I'm going to guess at the end of it, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. But probably a 10 out of 10 for beauty because it is really pretty. But we'll see. It's going to take us 3 days. And we're doing the White Pass Pilot Ridge Loop. The most I've ever done before is a little day hike in Colorado twice. That's my husband's pack, and then mine's the littler one up here. So we'll see how that all goes, and as our marriage deteriorates over the next 3 days.
So we're a few miles in, and this is one of the camp spots. But unlike the trails of Colorado, this one has a couple of spots with toilets, which is pretty awesome.
Is it just to make you go over there?
Yes. We have located the toilet. This is the trail currently. It's been like this for quite a while. Went from the forest and now through this real dense section. So we should be hitting our climb to White Pass pretty soon. It's something to the effect of 3 miles and 3,000 feet of gain. So it'll be a good little hike. We're about halfway up White Pass. It's basically straight up. How's everybody doing?
Doing good. Probably, let's give it, I was a 9 out of 10. Let's go 7.9 out of 10.
It's oddly specific.
Yeah.
7.9.
Because it's not quite an 8, because it's a little high.
Angie?
I'll go with, let's do a 7.5.
I'm going to go 7.91, just so I can be ahead of
All right. Good times. This is
Also, we're almost done. And it's
a pretty good hike. And it's hot, but doing good, so keep on plugging.
That's the end of day 1. The last portion, we actually got to meet up with the PCT, which I had been looking forward to. I would have enjoyed a little more downtime at camp at the end of the day. Throughout the day, we had plenty of access to water. The trail was maintained for the first half, and we were mentally prepared for the steep incline. The one thing that I would change is to stay in town in Arlington or Darrington, close to the trailhead the first night we landed, so we could get an early start the next day. We had 10 hours of travel before we started hiking, and it did get fairly warm. Overall, it went fairly smoothly, and day 1 was a success. Be sure to watch for day 2 and 3.